The Abdominator. Go from fat to fab in 10 days. Guaranteed.
How many times have you heard that promise on an infomercial or on an internet ad? If we're that easy to get rock-hard abs, then the shopping malls across America would be filled with men looking like Mario Lopez. What do you see instead? Obesity. You can't buy abs from an infomercial, and you can't get them out of a bottle. Losing weight and getting a tight, flat midsection is hard work, but you can do it without buying anything.
The Abdominator. Using patented garage spring technology for maximum resistance, you will go from dud to stud in 10 days. Guaranteed.
I'll let you in on the secret of six-pack abs for free. Are you ready?
Eat less and exercise more.
There. Aren't you glad you didn't buy the Abdominator? You'd have been pissed. Let's clear up one misconception right now. Ab machines will not give you six-pack abs. 95% of the work in getting a tight, flat midsection is body fat removal, and no ab machine will do that. You can have muscular rippling abs, but if they're covered with an inner tube of body fat, nobody's going to see them. Now, it's easy to say eat less and exercise more, but what exactly does that mean? This video is going to show you how to do that, but be prepared, it takes some work.
And that's not all. Call now and we will throw in our personalized exercise program, absolutely free. This patented program will help you shed up to 50 pounds in 10 days. Guaranteed.
Let's take a look at what it's going to take to remove that body fat and get abs. Remember, I said eat less and exercise more. Let's take a look at the exercise more part first. You lose fat by burning off more calories than you eat. Pretty simple, huh? To burn off the calories, you need to do at least 30 minutes of cardiovascular exercise every day. Now, what exactly is cardiovascular exercise? First of all, if you have any health issues, you need to consult your doctor before starting an exercise program. For a young person in good health, jogging or swimming is a great form of cardiovascular exercise. Walking and cycling can be good cardio, but you need to push yourself. This is not cardio. Sauntering along at a really slow pace does not get your heart rate up. This is cardio, walking at a nice fast clip. You need to get your heart rate up into the weight loss zone. Similarly with cycling, this is not cardio. A bicycle is basically a seat that you can sit on. You have to push the pedals really hard to get the cardio. Now, this is cardio. If you're cycling uphill or cycling really fast, it gets your heart working. Remember, 95% of getting six-pack abs is removing the fat. Only 5% is ab exercises to make the ab muscles bigger. For that, we're going to do the crunch, and all you need to do that is a carpeted floor. Here's how you do it. Crunches are the best ab exercise you can do. First, a couple pointers on how to do them correctly. Knees bent, feet flat on the floor, and think about the motion here. Our shoulders and head are going up toward the ceiling. And it's not a neck pivot, it's not a hip pivot, these aren't sit-ups, this is a crunch. So we're going to go up toward the ceiling. Now, if you're just starting out, it's easiest to hold your hands here and crunch up this way. And if you want a little more resistance, you can lightly put your hands behind your head and go up this way. And if you really want a hard workout, you can grab a plate,
hold it behind your head lightly again and go up to the ceiling.
Now, how often should you do these crunches? I would do them 3 times a week, and each time do 3 sets with as many as you can do with good form, as I showed in the video clip.
But that's not all. Act now, and along with the Abdominator, you'll get our foolproof nutrition plan at no additional charge.
Don't think diet. If you're saying you're going on a diet, then you're admitting that it's a temporary thing and you're going to go off later. We want to change your eating habits permanently. Good nutrition, as much as you want to eat, no hunger, and you're still going to lose weight. Sound too good to be true? Well, kinda. There's a catch. We have a huge obesity problem in America, and a big part of it is that foods taste too good. With modern chemistry and artificial flavors, you can't just have one mega nacho cheesy poof. You eat the whole bag whether you're hungry or not. Back when all people had to eat was boiled potatoes, cabbage, and beef, obesity was not a problem. Let's start with the basics. Eat many small meals. You can't lose weight if you're only eating 1 or 2 meals a day, because that puts your body in starvation mode and lowers your metabolism. You need to eat 5 meals a day. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, I don't have time to eat 5 meals a day. I can't cook, but even I can eat 5 healthy meals a day. In the next video, I'll show you a number of 3-minute meals you can make that are healthy. For now, I'll just give you the basics. Okay, I was saying that we were going to eat 5 meals a day and they were all going to be well balanced. Well, what exactly does well balanced mean? Here's what I mean by well balanced. Every meal is going to contain the following, with the first item containing the largest portion, the last item the least. Okay, the largest portion of every meal is going to be vegetables, high in fiber, low in calories. The next is going to be whole grains, also a lot of fiber, good for your system. Then a form of protein. It can be beans, it can be meat, or it can be dairy. Then a serving of fruit. Now, your body does not store protein well, so you can't just have a steak on your 4th meal and call that your protein for the day. It doesn't work that way. This is especially important if you're doing a weightlifting program in conjunction with your weight loss. You need to have a small amount of protein with every meal. Now, key to this is that you keep your dietary fat very low, less than 10% by calories. You're going to need to learn to be a label reader. Let's look at a common example. Low-fat milk. Low-fat milk, good for you, right? Wrong. Even though it only says 2% fat, it's not 2%. It's 2% by volume, but that doesn't matter. What matters is the percent of calories from fat. So let's look at a typical label here.
So our 2% milk has 130 calories per serving, and it has 45 of those calories from fat. So the actual percentage is 45 over 130, or 35% fat. So our 2% milk is actually 35% fat.
People always ask, well, how many calories should I consume in a day? Well, don't count calories. It's a bad thing. Here's the reason why. If you're counting calories, it means you're going to stop eating when you get to some arbitrary number of calories, and then you're going to be hungry. What happens when you're hungry? That mega donut sign starts to look pretty good, and you end up going off and eating lots of junk you shouldn't eat. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to eat until we're no longer hungry. Not till we're full, just until we're not hungry anymore. And it matters what order we eat. What we're going to do, each meal we're going to start by eating our big serving of vegetables. The vegetables have a lot of bulk and a lot of fiber, and they're going to fill you up. So we're going to eat our vegetables, have a big glass of water, and then wait a few minutes. And you'll find that's going to take the edge off the hunger right there. So after you've had your vegetables, then eat your whole grains and your protein. Those also have fiber, and you'll find that that's going to satisfy you with a very small portion, and then you can have your fruit. Now let's talk about measuring progress. Most people use a scale, and a scale is not a good way to measure progress. First of all, the amount of weight we're losing is relatively small. We're only losing a pound a week. And the problem is that just a slight amount of salt in your diet can make your weight go up 3 pounds or down 3 pounds in a day, depending on how much salt you have. So you can see it's going to be tough to gauge your progress by measuring weight. It's okay to measure it every day and take an average over the week, and that'll give you an okay idea. But much better for gauging progress is a body fat caliper. What that does is it measures how thick the fat is under your skin. And again, don't bother converting that to a actual body fat percentage. That's not important. The only thing that's important is that it's decreasing slowly. And you need to measure it in exactly the same spot when you measure it. So if you have a tattoo, measure it over a certain place on the tattoo. Best is in the midsection where most people carry their fat. So just make sure you measure the thickness in the same place every time. You can also use a mirror for measuring progress. But again, the progress is going to be very slow. So don't expect to see results the first day after you start a weight loss program.
The Abdominator targets fat in the troublesome love handle region and melts it away like butter. You can have rock hard abs in 10 days.
Guaranteed.
No. I get so tired of hearing this malarkey. You can't target body fat removal unless you're using a machete. All you can do is lose the weight and let the body decide where the fat's coming off. When you've lost enough weight, the belly and love handles will disappear. It's as simple as that. Let's talk about expectations. You can't get ripped in 10 days, or even 30 days. A good weight loss program will let you lose about a pound a week. So if you're 50 pounds overweight, that's going to take almost a year. I know what you're thinking. That's not fast enough. You need to get the weight off for your wedding or reunion. And you're also thinking that your second cousin Bob lost 50 pounds in 30 days using the sawdust diet. Well, let me ask you this. A year later, what does second cousin Bob look like? Bingo, he's fatter than ever because he went on a diet. And when you go on a diet, you have to go off a diet. And when you go off, your weight rebounds to where you were. To get ripped and stay ripped, you need to change your lifestyle. And why only a pound a week of weight loss? Well, if you lose the weight any faster than that, you're going to run the risk of burning off muscle as well as fat, and we don't want to do that. Gradual weight loss is better, and it's easier to maintain your target weight once you achieve it.
The Abdominator is yours for the very low price of 99 cents. That's right, just 4,934 easy payments of 99 cents. But wait, that's not all. For the same price, we'll throw in the pocket version of Abdominator. This hand